This is my time. This is my era. You know, this is my time to shine. This is my time to get the belts. This is my time to unify and become the undisputed welterweight champion of the world. So this is just another stepping stone to get to where I want to be and my ultimate goal. It's a good step up. Kell Brook, he's a good fighter. He's a guy who can fight, has a lot of great skills, and I welcome that step up. It's something that I've been asking for a long time, and I'm finally getting my opportunity. My confidence comes from my hard work. I know the hours and the time that I've put in the gym. I know hours and the time that the people around me put into me. I know I work hard. I'm a student of the game. I give it 120% every time I'm in the gym and every time I'm in training camp. So I'm 100% focused and I'm 100% ready to give the fans what they want. A real great fight. Those are the words of Errol Spence, outlining his plans, his ambitions. He wants to become undisputed welterweight champion. I saw an interview recently with Sergio Mora, a middleweight contender. And he said that in his view, he's been feeling this for a while. Errol Spence is the new Sugar Ray Leonard. And I don't think he means that from a stylistic point of view. He means that from the point of view of his stature within the world of boxing, or his stature within the world of American boxing. A new golden boy of American boxing. That's how he views Errol Spence. He saw that star quality in him a long time ago. And I can kind of see what he's saying. I'm not saying I agree. I think it's far too early, at least for me. I'm not going to go out on a limb and say that Spence is going to be the new golden boy of American boxing. But I can see the potential there. And the reason why I say it is not just because of his talent, because I've seen a lot more talented fighters than Errol Spence. In terms of physical talent, punching power, hand speed, foot speed, athleticism, so on and so forth. I've seen guys who are a lot more physically talented than Spence. But Spence has a certain amount of physical talent, but he also has this incredible self-belief, will to win, confidence, determination, focus, ambition, and drive. He just has the look of a guy who just feels as though, being at the top in boxing is his destiny. It's all this guy thinks about. As I mentioned in another video, he don't seem preoccupied with glitz and glamour and fame and all that kind of stuff. This is a guy who loves it in the gym and loves it in the ring and just seems totally hungry and determined. And that's what it takes, by the way, to become the Sugar Ray Leonard or the Mayweather or the Pacquiao. At this stage of your career, you have to be totally obsessed with the actual sport itself, not with the benefits, the money and fame that you can get from the sport. No, but the actual craft itself. You have to be obsessed with it. And that's what I see in Spence. I see that kind of obsession combined with the confidence and whatnot that he has. So I'm not going to say Spence is going to turn out to be the new golden boy of American boxing and emulate the greats of the past in terms of his achievements. I'm not going to say that. It's way too early for that. He might get beat by Kell Brook. Doesn't mean he can't go on to be a great after that. Depends on the manner of defeat and the manner of how he comes back. So I'm not going to go out on a limb and say that. But I can say that, at least in terms of his attitude and his belief, at the moment he seems to have all the ingredients to go on to be a very special fighter. But the proof is in the pudding. And we'll find out a little bit more about Spence tomorrow night when he faces off against Kell Brook. Winning his first world title against Kell Brook, if he is able to do it and do it in convincing fashion, would be a great step in terms of his path to potentially being a great. Many fighters win their first world titles against soft opposition, relatively soft. Andy Joshua just beat Vladimir Klitschko, but he won the world title against Charles Martin. Charles Martin is not going to go down in history, at least I don't think he will, unless he makes one of the great comebacks of all time. He's not going to go down in history as one of the greatest heavyweights ever. Even Mike Tyson, when he first won a world title, he beat Trevor Berbick. Trevor Berbick ain't going to go down as one of the greatest heavyweights ever. And you can go all the way down the line and pick off champions all day long. Great champions who won their first world titles against somebody who wasn't particularly great, wasn't even particularly good. But here against Errol Spence, and it is a big if he beats Kell Brook, that's a very good win for his first world title, because he's gone to the guy's backyard. He's beat a guy who's more experienced, a guy who's big, who's powerful, who can punch, who has skills, who's only lost once in his career, and that was to Triple G, who, in my view, will probably go down as one of the greatest middleweights of all time and one of the greatest punchers at middleweight of all time. Brook went up 2 weight divisions to face that guy, and that was his only loss. And he gave a good account of himself while he was in there. So for Errol Spence to beat a guy like that in his backyard for his first world title, that would be a very, very good achievement indeed. Anyway, drop your comments in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel about all the points I've raised in this video. All right? It's that, man. I'm out.